All right. We are back to Sofa Survivor. There you go. And we're back. And it feels good to be back. I am going to preface a boring episode.
Oof. A real snooze fest. Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly. So let's just kind of get into it. We're back on our tiny. Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on.
Get your notes right.
It's the right notepad.
Get your notes. What kind of podcast
There
is
we go.
this?
Well, I think I might sneeze, so hold on here.
Well, do it over there.
I'm going to sneeze.
Actually, get out of my house when you sneeze.
No.
Only Jolene's allowed to sneeze in this apartment.
All right. Here we go. We're back. We're back. Sofa Survivors. I'm Tom Sofa.
I'm Mike Tomato.
Yeah, figure out who you are. And this is season 1, episode 3 of Survivor.
Episode 3.
Kind of a snooze fest.
Of the original season, aired in 2000.
Yep. And it's called Quest for Food.
We're on day 7.
True that. We got 14 people left. Sonia and BB are gone.
Out.
We're in the middle of a South China Sea as usual.
Malaysia.
We got Sean, Kelly, Rudy, Richard, Susan, Dirk, Stacy on the Tagi tribe, and we got Jarvis, Colleen, Ramona, Gretchen, Greg, Jenna, and Joel on the Pagong tribe. Last week we thought that Sean, Ramona, or Joel would be next to go.
Correct.
Last week, according to Mike, his winner is going to be Susan, and my winner is going to be Gretchen.
My Wisconsin girl. And her Wisconsin accent kind of came out a little bit on the show.
It sure did a little bit, didn't it?
I was like, oh my God, that's my girl.
Oh, yeah. But generally a pretty boring episode. It's kind of a shame, but that's what's going to happen in these early years of a reality TV show.
Right.
Like
they still have to figure out what it is, what the show is, because they're still figuring out what the show is. Like
Right.
they have a concept, but they don't really know what the show is or what people are going to like and all that stuff. I will say that the 2 challenges that we got this episode was like a little bit more interesting, but they both sucked.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. So let's start with where we're at. Pretty much everybody's running low on food.
They're starving out there.
Susan and Kelly, they're shocked that they haven't caught any fish yet.
Nope.
The
3 girls. It was Susan, Kelly, and who else?
Susan, Kelly, and Stacy.
Stacy.
They are out rafting together.
Yes, they're they're going through the traps, seeing if they caught anything. Shocker, they caught nothing.
Yep. Stacy's getting tired of Rudy. He's eating extra stuff.
All that pineapple.
He's a very like, I'm a man type of thing. I do what I want type of thing.
Yes.
Very
toxic masculinity, if you will.
Totally. And something that happens sometimes in Survivor, I'm sure it happens in other reality TV shows as well, is like the idea of like a girls' alliance.
Yes. And that kind of shaped a little bit on the raft with
And I thought it might happen.
the 3 girls, but no.
It instantly turned. That was probably the highlight of the episode.
I agree.
Was early on.
I agree, because my girl Susan said, fuck you, Stacy. You're lame.
Well, it started with Stacy being like, let's vote Rudy. And Susan's just like, Susan literally told, what's her face? Stacy, that she's ready to vote her off.
Yep.
Well,
she didn't say that exactly.
Kelly told Stacy right away. So now, like, it's just like one told one, and then the other one told them, and so like everybody knows.
So this was the first taste of like strategy and scheming that I was getting.
Right.
Where Susan was like, yeah, Stacy, like early on, like
Yeah.
in the first 2 episodes, she was like, yeah, Stacy, like girl power. And then she's like, actually, no, you suck.
Yeah.
So that's why Susan, I think, is going to win, because she is not only can she do well in the challenges and like keeps the team afloat, but she is playing the game.
Right. And she's pretty good, I'd say. Then we go over to the Pagong tribe. They've got no food over there. But they start the search for tapioca because they want to make some sort of mashed potatoes with
You
the
can,
tapioca,
yeah,
which I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
and
you can do it
pretty
with
smart.
tapioca. You know the little bobas in like tea?
Yeah.
Tapioca.
Huh. There you go. Greg, Gretchen, and Colleen, they find a nice little mud volcano for mud baths.
That
was bananas. Really wild. They ended up going and telling everybody and did a full group mud bath.
yeah, it was very weird. It was giving like orgy on television vibes.
It was wild. I was very shocked.
Would you roll around in the mud? Are you a mud girl?
You know what? If everybody else is doing it and I'm already in Survivor and I already feel that stank, I don't think that it's going to hurt me.
I can understand that, yeah.
So I think I might.
Okay.
But if you ask me, like,
I was hoping it was like quicksand. I was hoping
I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen.
I was hoping that somebody was going to get stuck and, you know, shit was really going to get exciting, but no, it was just bubbling mud.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of bizarre. I was shocked. It definitely had that wow factor to it, which was bananas. Then we come back over to the Tagi tribe, where Dirk is spitting Jesus.
Oh my God.
And he's given just huge preacher vibes. But what's shocking to me is it's not enough for people to think about voting him. You know,
right? Yeah,
everybody's so focused on like the physical strength to do things, and it hasn't sunk into anybody's head that it's about surviving as like a singular person, and that like voting those people off, you're not going to have to compete with them later then.
Well, I think also,
which is a shame that they don't think like that. But
even though Dirk is very Jesus and like the most Jesus on the show,
yeah,
I think everybody else is also Christian,
maybe.
or at least like grew up in a Christian household, and so this whole Jesus thing isn't new or like totally annoying for them because
Sure.
it's just something that they've been experiencing their entire lives.
I guess.
But did you catch that Dirk likes Kelly? Kelly's got a boyfriend.
Yeah, I wrote right here, Dirk might have a little crush on Kelly. Stacy seems to see.
But Kelly's got a boyfriend off show.
Yeah, long-term
And
boyfriend.
Kelly was like, maybe Dirk is a little sexually frustrated
Right.
because he is a virgin.
Yeah,
He's saving himself for marriage,
that's fact.
which respect, that takes a lot of willpower.
Sure does.
And if that's how you want to live your life, I'm not going to stop you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I wrote down a Susan quote.
Please, what do you got?
You should try it sometime. I know you'll like it.
That's my girl Sue. I mean, is she wrong?
I think no, and Dirk was like, I know I'll like it. He's like, and
That-
it's gonna be worth it when I do it. Which I was like, okay, all right, fine,
Yeah,
fine.
he's got a vision and he's saving himself.
But I'd
and
say he's giving a little bit creepy vibes.
well, Colt, honestly, anybody that is so just so deep in their religion that is kind of their all encapsulating whatever the word is worldview,
Mm-hmm.
it's fucked.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, the bedrock of most of these organized religions is absolute fuckery.
Right.
So
I was not happy to see Dirk getting annoyed by Rich for being like an openly gay man.
I see that. Okay, yes, I think that's wrong because
That was just ridiculous.
Oh.
He was just like, it was like he was just being open about who he is, and he's
Right.
like, it annoys me all the talk that he's got. He's talking all talk, and I'm like, dude, you know you're the annoying fuck, right?
Well, the funny thing to me and the great hypocrisy about gay people and the church is that people from the church are always saying, stop putting your gayness on me. Like, just do your own thing. We won't have any problems. But then the church is also like, we're gonna preach in your face 24/7.
Yeah.
So I can push my ideas on you, but you can't push your ideas on me. It's so stupid. But I was hoping that would actually turn into like some real drama, because that's what I want. I want that.
Yeah, they're just trying to kind of keep the peace, aren't they?
And I get it for the purpose of surviving on this island.
Yeah, and it's a lot of like small talk, a little behind the back action. Nothing crazy though, because it's so early.
But Dirk is legit, like undoubtedly a homophobe. And, you know, maybe he's gay and he's repressing it, and that's why he doesn't want to have sex.
Yeah. Either way, I'm not a fan of Dirk.
Me neither.
We get a little Jeff Probst breakdown. They just cut to Jeff Probst, and he was just like, "We got this many people left, and this many," which I thought was kind of funny. That doesn't happen so much.
Yeah. Really needed to show Jeff again.
Which I, and I have prefaced this in our first couple episodes. He is so serious in this season.
He is.
Like, he really is so locked in and so like intense. Because the current seasons, he's got a smile on his face, man. He doesn't say anything without a smile.
Well, because like
he's made it. He's done.
Yeah.
Like they're like it. He's just hitting another home run after another home run. Like, he's not hitting singles.
Has he done anything else besides Survivor?
I wouldn't.
Exactly. So, and he knows he's going to have a job.
Yeah.
This, I think he doesn't know if he's going to have a job after this, because it's a test. It's a pilot season.
Sure. Yeah. Well, he's so serious, and I love it.
It's a little ridiculous.
It is. And then, so this is followed by Richard just sprinting with the tree mail. I thought that was a great little scene of him just sprinting
with the Tyra mail.
Yeah, it was funny. And then they find out they've got some sort of diving challenge ahead of them. And then tree mail's gotten to the Pagong tribe. Jarvis, he's like, I hope it's not a swimming challenge. He thinks he's going to be the weak link. Blah blah blah.
Well,
blah.
He was holding on to that like life preserver raft the entire time.
Yeah.
I did notice that.
That's okay. I liked the little conga line that they were doing to enter the challenge. I thought that was a little fun little thing to do. Why not conga?
It was cute. Whatever. It shows team spirit.
It doesn't hurt the conga. That's all I'm going to say.
It doesn't hurt, but I was also like, fuck you. Because
they're trying to keep the vibes high, man. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, but high vibes is boring television.
It's just to hype up before the challenge.
I will say, as challenges go, so far, this like carrying the chest under the water thing, it could have been nice if there was another element after they got the chest out of the water.
Yeah, like they should get the chest, open it up.
Like they have to
solve a puzzle.
Right, you have to solve a puzzle.
For sure. Yeah, that's current. That's current Survivor stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, reward challenge. The challenge is for a fishing spear. They must bring a chest from the water back to shore
and some flippers and a snorkel.
Yeah, you find that out when you open the chest, but I feel initially they say it's just for the spear.
True.
But that's fact. You do get the snorkel and the goggles, which is super clutch. They say you got to have one hand on the chest at all times.
No, on the buoy or the raft or whatever.
Okay.
Before you can go get the chest, I think that was the rule. Everybody had to be on that, and then you can go get the chest. And then after that, it was like a free for all.
Yeah. So Tagi leads, and then there's some. I am gonna constantly mention when there's insane background music. Did you notice the background music?
It was so dramatic.
Could you describe it? Because I described it over here.
I did not describe it. I just knew that I was like, this is ridiculous.
Some very 90s techno going, and it's almost like Mario-esque.
Yeah.
It was a mix of 90s techno and Mario.
Yeah.
And it was sick. I was like, oh my God, like Survivor has been missing this.
Yeah, it was Sandstorm meets Mario.
Yeah, it was cool. It was pretty cool. But it was a little too much. Shockingly, Pagong catches up. Seems to be a close little back and forth. Tagi wins. They get themselves the spear.
Tagi, I had Tagi loses in my notes. Am I wrong?
Tagi wins.
Oh.
Tagi wins. but Tagi loses the second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's 2 challenges, remember?
Right. I forgot.
That's the problem with your notes compared to my notes.
Yeah.
Whatever, we're not going to get too far into it. Um,
Read my notes.
anyways, Tagi wins the goggles, the snorkeling equipment with the fishing spear. So Rich goes off with his snorkel and the
Mhm.
spear. And Sean thinks his super pole is the better equipment. He thinks that he's got the better pole.
Correct. Classic dick measuring contest.
Unbelievable. And then Sean and Dirk kind of go off fishing in their own way, and they are being homophobic. And
Yep.
I did not appreciate that.
Yep.
I thought that it was unfair and pretty rude.
The homophobia
And,
was ripe.
yeah, lo and behold, Rich caught a ray, a manta ray, a stingray, some sort of
I
ray.
think it was a stingray.
He caught a ray.
Yeah, manta rays are much bigger.
Yeah, well, he caught it. Sean is salty. And then Sean's just all
Bitter.
Yeah, he's all like, "Oh,
Catch something else.
you didn't even catch a fish. It's actually a ray, you, you idiot."
Yeah.
And so, you know,
queer.
yeah, pretty much. And Rich goes off and he catches 2 more. They cook them and they seem to taste good. And Sean kind of eats his words and says that it's good. And he's like, "Yeah, we should catch some more of these."
Did you catch the clip where
And then I note that Sean makes another homophobic comment at the end where he just like, "I'll keep the gay guy around," or whatever he said.
Whatever
And I was
it was.
like, dude, you don't know how to talk?
it was 2000
I guess. Anyhow, what
But,
did I miss? Go ahead.
um,
What's the clip?
when Rich is down spearing fish,
Yeah.
he spears an eel and doesn't get it.
No, I didn't
like a
see
lamp, like a one of those like intense eels, like one of those eels that will fuck you up, like a lamprey, whatever it's called. Not
Huh.
a lamprey, but the ones that will do damage.
Interesting.
And I was shooketh by that. I was like, damn, you got lucky that eel didn't come after you. But
Understandably
the
so.
footage of him spearing fish, it also doesn't look, there's a lot of fish down there. It doesn't look like it's a very densely populated fishery.
Yeah, I believe that. You probably got to go pretty far, perhaps.
I guess. Or
know where to
they're just
look.
not in the right places.
Yeah. But they got some stuff, which was cool.
Yeah, they got some rays.
Next we got over to the Pagong tribe. I thought it was wild that like word spread somehow that they caught a few fish. Like how did that happen?
I don't know. Maybe like
Producers
one of the
must have told
producers
them or
must have
something.
said something.
I thought that was
Because are they
interesting.
on separate parts of the island?
They they don't hang out.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah, they literally are on. Yeah, they've completely separate. And that's why it kind of goes back and forth. You know, they're never together unless it's and then that's why eventually, hopefully, there'll be a merge this season, and then things will hopefully get a little bit more dicey. Pagong will be having rat because that is their option, and they bonk those rats to kill them. They're just like, they see one and they grab a stick and go wha-bam and hit that thing.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Jolene. I'll never hit you, darling.
Wow.
Which I thought was kind of funny. Greg made an incredible trap.
Yeah, I was really impressed by that.
Incredible trap to kill these rats.
Yeah, I was very impressed by
I was like,
the ingenuity.
where in the hell?
Because what's his profession? What's-
Okay, Ivy League.
Oh, he Ivy League.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the Ivy League guy.
Yeah, I'm very impressed by that. I was very impressed. It was giving like he's from the country,
Yeah,
but he's Ivy League.
it was wild.
Yale.
No,
he probably is like Columbia. He's not like Harvard or Yale.
he's been he I think that he's like a dark horse to possibly win this.
I
Little
can
dark
see
horse.
that.
Like he might make like the final 2 or 3, whatever they have for this.
I can see that.
Another quote we got here: "It tastes like rat, almost like chicken if you use your imagination." Which tells me it doesn't taste like chicken at all.
Yeah, but it probably is somewhere in that wheelhouse. Like I'd imagine it's not very gamey, but maybe I'm wrong. I've never
Blech.
tasted rat
Nope.
before.
Can't be good. But hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Jolene's probably had rat.
And then we're gonna go over to the challenge, and I got some stuff to say about this challenge.
Let it out.
First and foremost, why did we have to stage the plane crash
I don't know.
on an island?
I don't know.
Why did we put plane parts scattered across? Why? I'm sorry. Why?
To dramatic effect, to
That doesn't add anything. It adds nothing.
because the show
adds
budget. I don't disagree with you. It was such a waste of time, energy,
Adds
money.
nothing.
It made no sense to me. And especially since like the plane wreck crash thing was nowhere near where the plane wreck crash was like allegedly supposed to have happened. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. But that's 2000 television, I guess.
Anyways, I just had to get that off my chest. Because I've been
It was wasteful.
frustrated by that. I think that's kind of unacceptable. But it is what it is. They did what they did.
Yeah.
But let's take a couple steps back. So tree mail comes. They say that you got to choose the smallest member. You got to build a stretcher for them. And based on what they show you, I think they make it pretty dang clear that Pagong's going to win.
Yeah.
Before the challenge.
Yeah.
Because they were swanging Colleen around. They had this stretcher so well set up that they were able to flip her upside down.
Correct.
And she did not budge.
Yeah.
It's like a better stretcher than we have today.
In ambulances, yes.
They made on a motherfucking island.
Yeah, it was-
and you know what? I'm going to give credit to Greg. I have a feeling Greg had a lot to do with it.
Based on his rat trap, I would assume so too.
And I was kind of thinking that they might not do as well without BB. But then I was like, fuck BB.
No,
Later, brother.
I think they did fine.
Um,
Evidently so.
So anyway, we get to the challenge. And pretty much you got to take the stretcher and find your team member, and then bring them back on the
Simple-
stretcher.
Simple as that.
Very simple, very boring to watch. And literally they were like, go. And once they said go, the people were able to just like yell so that they could find them.
Yep.
Which I thought was silly. You might as well just show them where they're at.
Or give him a map. Like
like anything.
the way that it was edited, like maybe it's just because they needed to fit that window of time, but it seems like they found them incredibly quickly,
Yeah.
where it was not much of a
Because they were
challenge.
able to yell. You
At
just
all.
got to follow.
Well, and then getting them down was super easy as well.
They're like, I can't use my hands to do this because like they have like certain rules that they were told or
Yeah.
whatever, which I thought was silly. And you know what they did of telling them to make the stretcher, that's not something that they do in currency, like where they give them like materials usually that much beforehand.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often. Once in a while, there's like an advantage
Mm-hmm.
that people get where like they like one person might get some like prior knowledge.
Yeah. And I thought one thing on the rules was that when so they got the person up from the tree and
They were breaking all the rules.
okay, right?
Got to have one hand on it
On
all
the stretcher the
times.
whole time. That did not
Nobody
happen.
followed that rule. It was the biggest lie.
Yeah, that did not
Thank
happen
you for pointing that out.
at all.
I want it to be known on the record that I am a Survivor fan. I like the show. I really do like the show. I am making these negative comments because of how far the show comes.
I'm new to the show.
But it sucks right now
And it's
in
not-
this way.
And maybe, take me back to 2000 where this was a new concept of television.
Right.
I could see how this might be exciting because we don't have the library of reality TV that we do now.
For sure.
But girl, I'm bored.
Yeah, hang in there.
I'm bored.
Hang in there.
It's either these challenges get better or I need more interpersonal drama.
Yeah.
Like I need something that keeps me like, ooh.
Maybe what we'll have to start doing, maybe we'll have to start like speeding up the process of our podcast. Maybe we'll like watch 2 episodes at a time and
Instead of-
summarize quicker.
Yeah.
Wow, until we get to like stuff that we like a little bit more, and then we'll slow it down. What do
Okay.
you think about that?
Well, I think maybe if we end up doing a later season, we might not have to. But to get through this season,
Just to get through the season, yeah.
We could do episode 4 and 5 next time.
Yeah, just something to think
Because
about.
how
We don't have
many
to decide
episodes
right now.
are there? Like 8?
I don't know.
10?
There will be more, I think, because there's a decent amount of people still on the show.
I guess. I don't know. We'll have to look it up and see how many there are. But
There's probably 12, 13.
really?
Yeah, we got a ways to go, I think.
Okay, then yeah, we should
Um,
start. We should start combining these two.
I think we should. But one thing at a time, we're working on it. And yeah, just a terrible challenge. They were breaking the rules. They weren't, and there's no way for Jeff to enforce the rule, by the way, because he's not in the middle of the jungle. They're going separate ways. The challenge is terrible. And they're trying stuff. It's only episode 3.
So I would at least what I was hoping would happen is that like one of the producers would go to Jeff and be like, "Hey, they didn't follow the rules," and then Jeff would be like, "All right, congratulations, Pagong."
I think neither team followed the rules. I think that's the
Correct.
problem. So like they
Yeah.
couldn't. They're just like,
Then like do a tiebreaker, make up a tiebreaker like you did in the other challenge.
that was so bad though.
it was.
That yeah. Oh,
Or like now you have to go take him back up the tree. I don't know.
all right.
Do
all right.
something else.
So anyway, tough stuff. Really tough stuff. So Tagi loses, Pagong wins, as to be expected,
Correct.
because they just had the better stretcher, and I think the lighter person.
Yeah, I think Kelly was smaller. Is that
Colleen, I think.
Colleen?
Colleen.
Colleen. Yeah.
Colleen's a smaller one, yeah. So we go back to Tagi tribe because they lose. And it's pretty much Rudy or Stacy.
Rudy or Stacy,
Rudy or Stacy.
which I'm not surprised by at all, actually.
I'm not surprised by it at all, but they don't strategize really. It's literally just Rudy or Stacy passing along. Like I didn't love it.
So I will give Jeff some credit where I think he was trying to stir up some drama.
Well, this is before getting to tribal.
Okay.
This is just they go back to
Yeah,
the camp
yeah,
for
yeah.
a little bit.
Okay.
And like even Rich, he was just like, I tried to get everybody to talk about who we're gonna vote for, and like nobody wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Well-
okay, you all suck.
I think Susan didn't want to look like a bitch, and the other people didn't want to, I guess, like make enemies in that moment. So they were just like, screw it, let's just wait till tribal and then vote them off and then call it a day. So there's no confrontation.
Right.
And Jeff was trying to get that happening at the tribal, which
Right.
I was just yearning for.
Yeah.
I was praying for it. Dirk, like, Jesus, come through, give me drama.
I can't believe nobody was just like, nobody even was like, Rudy eats one thing too many. And like, if somebody said that, like Rudy
Right.
might say something dumb, and then like somebody like it could
it would just snowball from there.
domino, but nobody wants to do anything. So
I think if anybody on that tribe is going to create a sense of conflict like that, it's going to be Rich.
it's gonna be Rich, it's gonna be Sean, and it's gonna be Susan.
Yeah.
Those are the big 3
Yeah.
that I think are worth giving a damn. So they get to tribal. For some reason, they're passing along a shell to speak. I don't know why.
Where did this come from?
Nobody is talking over one another. There's no arguing. There's absolutely no reason that they need to give each other an object to let each other know that they can speak.
The talking stick. It was like a stupid tropical idea of a
So
talking stick.
stupid. What the fuck are they doing? Anyway, didn't love that. Sean says he feels good within the tribe. Rich reminds everybody that he is the one who caught the fish.
Correct.
Stacy makes a last second plea that she ate the bugs to win the last episode,
Right?
the last challenge on the last episode. And Jeff pretty much goes, there's bad weather. Let's vote.
Literally. And then it's like a torrential downpour.
Yeah,
that
it's bad over
these
there.
people are in, to the point where at the end of it, Jeff was like, "You guys can stay here for a bit."
Literally, and I wrote down, Jeff has to shout because the weather is so loud.
Yeah.
Like he literally starts shouting. He's yelling, which I thought was, I didn't hate that.
No, that's
Little realism.
That's real.
Yeah, I like that.
That's real.
And the voting was lame. The voting was boring.
I fast forward through it. I did.
Goodbye, Stacy.
Stacy
4-2.
is gone.
Bye, Stacy. All in all, really boring episode. Not that good.
I did note that Susan was a traitor.
To Stacy.
Stacy?
No, Susan said early on that she was going to vote Stacy.
I didn't think she said to Stacy's face that like I'm gonna vote for you. I just think she didn't respond to Stacy when Stacy was saying we need to all get Rudy out. Susan just kind of stayed silent.
Yeah, but Susan literally said one of the first things that happened when the three girls were together. Susan said to the camera, she said that she's ready to vote off Stacy for being so weak.
Yeah, but she didn't say that to Stacy. She said it to the camera. Not while Stacy was there.
Right, but Susan told Kelly. And Kelly then told Stacy right away.
Oh, I didn't
And
catch
then
that part.
Stacy told the camera. It was like, now I trust nobody.
Yeah, I mean I saw
And
that.
that was because that
Okay, I didn't know Kelly had told.
Oh, it was like right away. It was like boom, then boom to boom, then boom to boom. It was like it's like what the show needs, but
Yeah.
in like the smallest, littlest form.
Yeah, I don't think they know.
It was so fast.
I will say maybe it's because the producers don't know. Like that's the juicy part. That's
Not yet. They don't know.
That's the good stuff. That's
Right.
the tea. That's the television.
Right.
That's what wins Emmys.
So, yeah, I mean, I will say that it would have been too obvious of a trend if Rudy went home.
I agree.
There's only 3 old people in the whole thing. You're going to tell me that you're going to send the third one home?
Very ageist. Very ageist. Even if Rudy's eating all the food.
Yeah, even if he is.
He's still a SEAL. And maybe he did well in that underwater chest pushing challenge. I didn't really see that. But if you're an ex-Navy SEAL, I would assume you know how to hold your breath.
I sure would hope so. I mean, all in all, I was not impressed. And I'm curious to see who's going to go home next week. But I think we're going to figure out a slightly different format to speed it up.
Yeah. So do I have to now guess who I think is going to go home episode 4 and 5?
Yeah, I think you should. And hold on, give me a second because I got to write it down.
Okay.
Because I got to make note. You know how I got to do that.
Right.
Who's next, Mike?
Because I still think Nipple is going to go. Nipple episode 5.
Nipple is the health club consultant?
No, Nipple's the doctor.
The neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
Okay. Nipple to go.
Episode 5.
Okay.
Nipple and
Mike gone ep 5.
and Rudy gone episode 5. Are they on the same tribe?
They are, so they can't be.
Oh, okay. Is Dirk on the other tribe?
No. Dirk. all these
Damn
people
it.
that you know are on the Tagi tribe. Pagong tribe. You ready?
Yeah.
Jarvis, who's the basketball coach
Okay.
at the YMCA.
Weak swimmer.
Colleen, who's the advertising
Ramona.
student. You think Ramona is still is on the list? Next
Yeah,
to go?
Ramona episode 4.
Oh wow.
Because
Mike.
maybe there's some racial tension perhaps.
Wow.
I can see it.
At 4.
They did that with the rat
Well, so
scene.
they did, but she ate it.
I know she did.
I thought like they were all kind of come together.
It was interesting.
So here's the thing. So you should guess one from each per episode.
Yes.
So like it's good that you guessed one, but like so who on the Tagi tribe could go home in episode 4?
Tagi tribe episode 4.
Kelly, Rudy, Richard, Susan, Dirk.
Dirk.
Wow.
Because
Ep 4.
I'm
Mike.
I'm sick of the Jesus. And I hope everybody else is, because maybe they see Rich as a bigger asset, and if he keeps being homophobic and shady to Rich, they might be like, "You're bad vibes, you're out."
Okay. Pagong.
I said Ramona,
Yep. Episode 5.
and then I like Gretchen. I think she'll stay.
Greg is Ivy League. Jenna is the single mom / student. Joelle is the health club consultant.
Joel.
Joelle, sorry.
I think Joel's gonna stay.
Okay.
I want to say
Last week I thought he was going to go home.
Joel.
That's what I said last week.
I don't remember all these people.
That's the thing. We haven't gotten a lot of Pagong this
Um,
past episode. And I think if we watch 2 episodes for the next episode, it'll get us a little bit more.
yeah, might get some
Because
more
it took
juice.
me like 15 minutes for me to be like, all right, so who's even in this episode?
Yeah.
here?
Say the names one more time.
No worries. We got time. We got Jarvis, Colleen, Ramona, Gretchen, Greg, Jenna, and Joel.
You know, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say Gretchen.
My winner.
Yeah, I think Gretchen's going to go. Just
At
because
5.
I think Gretchen might not have that much physicality that the others might.
You still have Susan as your winner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Team Sue.
I'm swapping my winner.
Okay.
My winner is swapping to Greg.
You're going Greg. I think that's a good guess.
Greg to win.
Yeah, I think that's a safe guess.
That's my new winner. I'm crossing that off. You said you still have Susan?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay.
Team Sue.
Team Sue. All right. And then I think episode 4, Rudy. Rudy's gone.
Okay.
I think he should have gone home this week. I don't think it should have been Susan. I think they didn't want to send him home because they didn't want the old people trend to keep going. But I think it will happen whenever Tagi has their next person to go.
Okay. I can understand that.
Pagong. I think Jenna is next to go. The
Jenna.
single mom / student.
This
I think
single
she's
mom who
likable.
works 2
I
jobs.
think that she's got a good story. I think the show doesn't care about story as much yet.
Yeah.
And I think that they're gonna have to point the finger at somebody, and I guarantee it's gonna be a woman that goes home.
Sorry,
Just
ladies.
because everybody thinks strength,
Yeah. Sorry, ladies.
you know. So this is ep 4 for me. And then episode 5, I'm gonna say I think Dirk is ep 5 for me.
Okay.
And I also think Ramona is ep 5. I think you and me we cross over with Dirk and Ramona.
Yeah, I just don't see those two making it very long.
Yeah, I like she just says Ramona's just a little quiet.
The only thing I can see that would keep Ramona is like they have a puzzle challenge and she's the one that solves it.
I don't see them having a puzzle challenge for a while.
Right? But that's my guess because I can see that because she seems
Yeah.
like she's a smart.
Yeah, I do.
Girl.
I think she's brilliant.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Not super social. Anyway, that's what I got. Sofa Survivors. I'm Tom Sofa.
Yeah, I'm Mike Tomato.
That's good. And thanks for tuning in. We just hit season 1, episode 3. Tune in next week for 2 episodes, 1 episode type of deal where we covered 2 Survivor episodes in 1 podcast episode. Probably a little bit quicker. We're not going to break it down as fast. It's probably going to be,
Yeah.
we'll see.
With
We'll
more
see.
juice to talk about, honestly, with the 2 episodes too.
I sure hope so. So, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Appreciate it. Bye.
Au revoir.